Hello nerds, welcome back to the Waifus. I'm Sefhi, and today we're going to be talking about the dramas, which is not really a drama, regarding Rem and Ram and the event that's upcoming, Recipe for You, which is the collab with ReZero. Now, the drama is basically people who like ReZero, people who don't like ReZero, but I want to go a little bit more in depth into this, and one of the ideas that people are bringing up, which is that Rem and Ram should be the first abnormal pair in the game. So, before we start, as usual, leave a like, subscribe, help me grow the channel, and let's get started. So, first thing that I do want to comment is we have the preview for both Emilia, which is using the same pose as Rapunzel, right? Even with the staff and everything in combat. So if we go to combat pose, it's the same pose as Emilia. I don't think that's a problem. They do reuse a lot of poses and then add the new models on top. Again, I don't think that's an issue. I don't think no one cares about that. I don't believe it's a lazy collab just because you copy the poses. Again, if you go through all of the weapon archetypes, you will see the same pose on a lot of them. Only a few handful of characters have unique custom, let's say, poses, right? So I don't really care about that. I don't like the weapon though. I don't feel it fits. Okay, to be fair enough, I think she uses like a fucking chain with the ball in the anime, right? Please correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not a big fan of the anime. Don't really care, right? It may fit because of the anime, but I don't like the weapon design. I don't think it fits the main. Now, that's just me. Again, I don't care too much about ReZero, and that's one of the things that we're seeing the most with this collab. Is a lot of people are calling it a lazy collab because they don't like ReZero or they believe it doesn't fit within the world of NIKKE. And to that, I always say the same, right? We have right now only two collabs. So we have, of course, the first one, or the second one, which is Nier. It actually fits perfectly within the world, and the creator of Nier is also quite big on fan service, and that's why we got, these characters with good fan service, as you can see on the screen right now. But then we have the first collab we actually got, and that is Chainsaw Man. And Chainsaw Man did give us three characters, Makima, Himeno, and Power. None of them have fan service because that anime is not about fan service, right? It's to bring the people who really like Chainsaw Man into the world of NIKKE, into here, so they can play, get their characters, and then they might stay because the other characters, because of the story, because they really like it, and start spending money. That's the only goal games have with collabs. Same with Power, same with Makima. Even if they remove the code, alright, she has still no fan service. I like Makima, she's MLB. I've never used it back on again, so just saying, alright. As much as I like the design of the Chainsaw Man collab characters, they have no fan service. And that's what a lot of people are missing here, which is a collab doesn't necessarily need to have the best fan service in order to bring new people into the game. A collab is not for the existing players. Of course, some people will like it, some people will dislike it. And we've seen this with ReZero. A lot of people complaining because they think it doesn't fit in the world, but it doesn't matter. It's not for you. It's for the fans of the series who are excited to see their characters in a new game, and they will try the game, and it will bring a new influx of people to actually try NIKKE, and they might stay or they might leave. We'll see, right? Hopefully they see our amazing assets and they stay though. Which, you also might enjoy the story a lot since it's pretty good in NIKKE. If you're big into a story and lore for the games, I recommend you check out Pirri since he covers NIKKE lore in depth. And it's actually the only content creator right now, as far as I know. Shout out to Pirri, one love to you. That said, let's get into the main topic of the video, which is going to be Rem and Ram being an abnormal pair, or the first pair in the game that is abnormal, right? So for those of you who are new into NIKKE or who don't know what we're talking about, we have two pairs of units that work with each other. So for example, we have Blanc and Nor, which are the bunny twins, right? And they are twins that work perfectly well with one another, actually complementing their kids, and you need to play them together in order for them to be literally the meta in NIKKE, same as schoolgirls, right? We have bunnies and then we have schoolgirls, and both of them are the best duo supports in the game right now for absolutely every type of content. You will see always Team 1 and Team 2 on solo raids, on union raids, on absolutely everything. They are the best picks. So people are saying that Rem and Ram should also complement each other and both be the abnormal support duo that we are missing in the game. And I think that's the worst possible take I've seen in the community so far. So here is the thing. From what we have in game right now, right? Schoolgirls and bunnies. They are meta and they work together. If they were not working together or they were not meta, most people will not care to pull both of them. Shift up is not going to make a couple of units that work together that are weak, because that means you have to pull for two weak units. Why would you do that? There is absolutely no reason to do so. If they make another pair of units, which we will get an Elysion and a Pilgrim at some point, right? Maybe Time and Grown, maybe Elysion is next. Hopefully it's Elysion, they actually need it. then that would be nice because absolutely every manufacturer would get their pair of units. But when it comes to abnormal, we're talking about units that might never come back. And again, you cannot see properly right now because I'm on top, but as you can see, we have only 6 units. Why would you think it's a great idea to add a pair of units that could potentially become meta and that will maybe never come back into the game, or new players will never be able to obtain them? Not only that, but we know how this works. A lot of people will get them, and a lot of people will get shafted on the banner as well. So I just don't understand why people would want a pair or a duo that works actually with abnormal units. To me, it sounds like a recipe for disaster, something that I hope they don't do in the long term or at any given point, because abnormals are super limited and scarce, at least right now. The game needs a lot more of quality of life and other manufacturers that actually needed help, aka Elysion as usual, before we can think on this pair of, Rem and Ram, or any collab they do in the future where they could be potentially working together. As some people were saying in chat yesterday that maybe if it's like minor buff to each other when they're together, that could be nice. And I do agree that that could be cool, and it could also be pretty good by ShiftUp if they start implementing more buffs or more interaction in between squads, since right now there is no squads that actually work together, right? You have no incentives to be using Senti and Litter together, even though both of them are from Mighty Tools, right? Things like that I think in the future could be super nice. I don't know how they want to handle it, and I hope it's just not the basic, if you have everyone from one squad, you actually get, a bonus on stats. That said, that's getting ahead of ourselves, so I don't know what they want to do. Hopefully in the future we'll get some news on that. And after all this daily yapping, that's what I wanted to talk about, which is Rem Ram, the abnormal pair. Why some people are not content with the collab or feel like it's lazy, which is just, you just don't like ReZero, which is completely fine. I don't care about ReZero. I'll get one of each because I like collecting and having my Pokédex full. But a lot of people will skip this collab, and a lot of new players will come into the game because of the collab, so it balances out. All that said, as usual, we're gonna be live on the stream later. Thank you to my patrons for making all this content possible. Love you all, bastards. Good luck with your pool dinner dates, and see you in the next one.
役立たずは楽園から追放するのみ。ブランとノワールのショータイムです。天地万物を切るとはこういうことだ。